All right, welcome to the Hartselle Football Coaches Show. I'm Margaret Ann Prater alongside our head coach, Coach Burt Newton. And please tune in to us on YouTube on the Hartselle Tiger Channel. Also, our guys will be broadcasting on the NFHS network on Friday night. And I do want to give a shout out to two of our students. We've got Trey and Andrew who did play-by-play last week. They're always working behind the scenes. So
they were great, by the way.
They're really good.
Yeah, I mean they're going to have a future in that sports marketing slash something in sports that they want to.
Well, I've had them in class for 3 years, and they really love it. You got to love it to do it, and they love it, and we're really proud of them, so we want to give them a shout-out. Let's also shout out our sponsors. We got Agency on Main, of course, Eddie Pruitt Ford, Express Bath, Marmac Commercial Real Estate, Peck Funeral Home, and Life Church. Coach, you finished this regular season. Let's recap, 9-1. Let's look back to July. Is this what you were expecting? Did you think this group was capable of this?
I thought we were capable of it, but I mean, expectations, I mean, you're dealing with 16, 17-year-olds, you never know. You know, there's times in every season and times in our preseason where, you know, at least two guys about to cut them loose, and they've ended up being unbelievable senior leaders, maybe one more even. And same thing, it's all worked. They've all gotten on board and worked together. And so, you know, you never, I mean, expect it, but you know it's possible, and you keep working for that goal. And if you can get the kids to come along with you, that's the deal. I mean, every coach is going to work for that, right? They're not going to be sorry and not want to win, but how do you make the kids buy into it? And our senior class has done a great job of leading and bringing everybody else along.
Well, and let's follow along. I've got a question way on down here, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it since we're talking about seniors. We had senior night. One thing I saw was so much family support. So tell us how important it is to have that village around your program. I mean, from team meal to decals with dads, our parents show up. So how important is that for our program?
It's huge, and our parents have high expectations for their kids, whether it's in that classroom up there, but we're down here in this field house or out in the practice field or at JP King Stadium. So, that only helps spirit what we're trying to get behind is, hey, team first. Work hard, do your job, and and be excellent.
Awesome. Let's do a quick recap of the Mortimer Jordan game. Sloppy, cold conditions. A week full of distractions, good and bad. We had the PSAT, we had the ACT, your volleyball, and Halloween, all the things. Come away with a 24-0 shutout. So let's walk through that. Did we live up to expectations?
It was, you said it last week as a trap game, but somebody said that, and someone else said it to me this week. It's a trap game. You're just coming off of the big Muscles loss that we cared about, and you got playoffs coming up next. But I thought our kids got ready to go. You look at the scores. I think it's 3-0 with like less than a minute to go in the second half, and offense put together a great 2-minute drive. We ended up scoring 7, made it 10, and defense played lights out. I know. Right after the game, I felt like the offensive guys, just talking in the office, were kind of like, well, we didn't play good. I said, y'all played pretty good. I said, we punted once. We ran the football effectively. We stalled at the red zone. Yes, we can't do that. We got to do something there. One time I went for it. One time I got a field goal. But we just kept plugging, and you tell me anybody we play is going to be 24-0. I'll sign up for it right now. I'm good. I mean, that's fine with me. And we had a bunch of yards on offense, and we kept the defense off the field. I think Davis only had 3 drives in the first half. I mean, that's pretty good.
Special teams also a factor. Do we try to block on every? I know we blocked a field goal. One of our co-players of the week did that. Do we always try for the block or?
All right, so on a field goal, we'll try for the block every single time, unless it's a situation where we know that kicker can't make it. Then we're gonna put some back deep, make sure they don't try to punt it. And the biggest thing there is if you try to block it and you hit the guy and get them, but we know he can't make it. We're not going to try to block it, especially in a late game situation or a late half situation. But other than that, we're going to try to block on that. On punt, we'll always have at least one block and at least one return. Some weeks we have 2 blocks, 2 returns. Some weeks have more. Coach Layson towards that unit. And, I pretty much, for the most part, unless I got a certain feeling about something or whatever, I'll say, hey, what do you want? And then he'll call it. Then Coach Miller will settle it in, our other coach, special teams coordinator. So they pretty much handle that. But sometimes we go for the block, and we're always going to send at least one to try to force the kick. If we have a return set up, Cade's a really good returner, and I think people have been kicking away from him. Our coaches think they don't have good punters, but either way, in high school football, sometimes if you got a great return, if they can't kick it to you or won't kick it to you, it really doesn't matter. So, but we got to deal. We're going to put two back sometimes and almost force them to kick it to one of the two. And if Cole Miles will be the other one. So, I've been real happy with that unit though.
Awesome. Senior night's over. Halloween is over. 32 teams in 6A are entering into one-game seasons. What'd you tell your team Sunday?
Who wants to keep playing?
Well,
And if they want to, they'll be here. They'll work out. They'll practice. And as of so far, we've done that all year long. And I think that'll continue.
all right. Scheduling question. Muscle Shoals is playing Thursday. How did they finesse that? And do you think that's an advantage for them?
I don't know. I thought about asking about it, but I didn't. I wasn't ready to go there yet. Yeah, it's an advantage if you're the 1 seed and they're playing a 4 seed, and I imagine there's some negotiations there to make that happen, and that'll give them an advantage in the second round. So, again, I didn't even ask, but I thought about it. I really did. But we already had a community pep rally and bonfire plan for Thursday, and no way we're moving that back on Wednesday night, right, in Hartselle, and so we'll be fine on Friday.
Okay. Let's talk about Buckhorn. I talked about it a little bit with Coach Prater. This is not your typical Buckhorn team. They're 7-3. Usually when you face a 4 seed, they're gonna be like 4-6, something like that. They're coming off a victory against Grissom on Friday night. Did you get to go watch them Friday?
I watched the first half.
Okay.
So me and Coach Folks went and watched them at the Joe Davis Stadium, which is really nice. Have you been there?
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. I've never been before, but anyway, we went and watched them. They're a good team. They're a physical team. They run well. They're not a typical 4 seed at all. We played in the summer. They were very competitive with us. So it's going to be a challenge. Their head coach David Green. I've known him for a long time. He actually played for my dad at Homewood years ago. I know he's on the last state championship they had in 2005, played Dibley Flying. And so I've known him for a while. We've talked ball before and having for success, but I hope it's not too successful next Friday night.
And you're not worried about our mindset, going ahead and sweeping Buckhorn aside, because I've heard a lot about Newton at Newton Field a lot. And I know that's not what you want to talk about. And I'm not going to, but I just want to make sure.
Our guys are 100% locked in on Buckhorn and playing fast and physical on defense and not give up any shots, and then offensively run the football and Carter making timely throws and then try to dominate special teams.
Well, and odds are pretty good for rain.
Yep.
So
it's 40%, but it's scattered.
So you think we're going to be good to go? Because we had some ball control the past couple of weeks. Are we working on that? What are we doing?
Well, we're Hartselle football. We're always wanting ball control.
Okay.
The best drive is an 8-minute drive for me.
Keep the defense. The best defense is on the sideline. Yes. I'm learning. All right, Eddie Pruitt Ford fan question of the week. I'm going to include that in our segment because our other segments kind of were extended. Easy question this week.
All right.
If we win the toss, are we kicking or receiving?
I'm going to hold that back. But if the person that asked it knows who I am and knows about me, she already knows the answer.
Okay. All right. We're not going to tell you. Okay. All right. We'll be right back.
I'll text you later.
All right.
Come see us at Eddie Pruitt Ford. We're a proud supporter of Hartselle Athletics.
Okay, we're here with our other player of the week, our co-player of the week, Eddie Pruitt Ford co-player of the week. We got Carter Lee, and we also have the co-offensive coordinator. We got Coach Will Lang here. We've had both offensive coordinators on the show. It's a special show. You're a lucky guy. Let's talk about your stats. Congratulations, first of all. Stats were really impressive. You and I talked about it in class on Friday after the game, that we didn't know that you guys did as well as you did. You averaged 6 yards a rush, 163 yards passing, 2 TDs, you had 80% completion. Did it feel like one of your best games?
It honestly did not. It didn't feel like a bad game, but honestly, it didn't feel like my best game. I would say.
Okay.
So kind of surprised I looked at the stats. So
Well, what do you feel like's been your best game?
I don't really know. I mean, Austin was pretty good. I don't know. I don't got a specific game.
Okay. All right, let's talk about you and Kate. You got a pretty special relationship. Let's talk about that reliability and how great it is to have him and then some other receivers that are stepping up.
Right. Obviously, Kane, I knew Kane before I moved up here. I played try ball with him, Cole, Eli, a bunch of those guys. That's kind of the reason I moved up here was because, I knew we'd have a good group. And then obviously Kane, him playing receiver. And I mean, we hang out almost every day after school, play video games together. So it's pretty good to have him out there and, we have that trust.
Well, it's after homework, of course.
Oh, yeah. After homework, yeah, for sure.
Just academics. Yeah.
After your class.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so hard. Okay. You've been compared to Baker Mayfield. That we all kind of talked about it. Even keel. Coach, what's your take on that?
I mean, there's worse to be compared to. I promise you that. I mean, I love Baker Mayfield, so I'm all about that.
So you dance like Baker Mayfield?
Can I dance like I have no rhythm? I will say that.
Well, do you feel? I mean, how do you feel about that comparison?
I feel pretty good. I do like Baker Mayfield. He's on my fantasy team. He's been balling out, so yeah, I feel pretty good.
Okay, and we're having our first activity segment of the Coaches Show. This started at the beginning of the season. For some reason, my class was chosen as the class for Carter to go and wax his balls. So we're going to demonstrate exactly what you mean by waxing a football. And we took a class down here on last Thursday.
Yeah. Yes, it was
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of figure it out. And I'm going to use your thing, not going to lie. Low key, it works. Those two words, those two phrases I've started saying all the time because of my student, but makes the ball have a little bit better grip, but it's not sticky. So show us what you do prior to every game. And did you do this while he's opening everything up? Did you do this when you were here?
Actually, back in the day, Coach Orr used to do this. He liked, for whatever reason, now I'd come down there throughout the day, but he doctored them up, and I, gave the approval. So I didn't have to do it myself. Coach Orr did that. Coach Orr did it.
Well, and I actually did some research on this. In the NFL, they use it looks like a shoe polish, kind of a mud kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a whole process.
And they have to let theirs sit. You're in and out in like 10 minutes. So tell us why you choose this while you show us what you're doing.
So some people I do 2 strips on each side of the ball. Some people like to do more or just 1, depending on how they like their grip. But I usually do 2, and then once you do 2, you just kind of brush it in like this for a couple seconds. Then you just do all 4 panels of the ball, 2 stripes.
Well, just know if you ever take speech at college, this will be excellent. You have to do a demonstration speech.
It's a great idea.
I've already written it for you. Here you go. Also, I want to ask you about this. It's there's a good chance of rain Friday night. So will you be doing the same process or will you do something different? And how we all keep the balls dry, keep that from coming off. What will you do, Coach? What will you do?
It's kind of up to them. So each quarterback is different as far as that goes. So I kind of let them decide. But he also said Friday, when it was wet out there Friday, he said, can we have some that don't have wax on them ready to go? So we'll have both there. If it can become an issue, it has before, but we're pretty quick to make the change if we need to.
Awesome. One more question. Most fun you've had so far playing football here? And if you practice anything?
I guess the Jasper game, that was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good time. Go back to the home stomping grounds and win there in final seconds. So it was pretty fun.
That's a wrinkle right there in that game. Okay. That's pretty good. That's good. What about you, Coach? Got anything to say about this guy?
Oh, I just enjoy being around him. Mr. Consistent, has been for 4 years, and just the same person every day when he walks in the door. And that I appreciate very much. And I know that his teammates love him and his teammates love playing for him, number one.
It is.
So I appreciate the heck out of him. It's been a fun 4 years, and let's keep it rolling as long as we can.
Absolutely. All right, we'll be right back.
When it comes to college sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, or softball, Hartselle is pretty much a town divided. But when it comes to our hometown athletes,
we are all Team Tiger. And at Agency on Main, we want to be your hometown real estate team.
Whether you're buying or selling, residential, commercial, land, or auction properties, trust the professionals at Agency on Main for all your real estate needs.
Go Tigers!
Hey, Dad. That kind of looks like our car.
Wait a minute. It is our car.
Honey, we're good. That's why we chose auto owners. We worked with our agent to get the right coverage so that when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered.
Huh. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Pet Glasgow Agency if auto owners make sense for you.
Okay, we're here with one of our co-players of the game. There we go. Eddie Pruitt Ford players of the game. We got Chris Hudson, and we've got his defensive coach. We got Coach Bert Newton wearing a lot of hats this week. Chris, let's just start with your stats. You had 4 tackles, a pass breakup, and blocked a field goal. Not a bad night. I do know you had a couple of hard hits. Let's talk about your play against Mortimer Jordan. It seemed like you kind of accelerated as the season's gone on. Like, you were always a guy that liked to hit hard. I thought you hurt a couple people Thursday. Yeah. So let's talk about that. What drives that intensity?
Well, I don't know. It's just always, let me think. Ever since I came to high school, everyone's kind of known, like, I like to hit people, obviously. It's just fun. I mean, that's the only thing about football. I mean, it's the only time you, like, get to hit people for free and you don't get in trouble about it. So, I mean, it's fun to hit people. I don't know. I don't like to hurt them, obviously, but
He's not an aggressive person. That's why we find it so interesting about you, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of quirky, but what can you say about it, Coach?
I mean, I know that our philosophy is, you either you go man and you go get the quarterback and hit him, or you play zone, and if he gets it off, then the receivers, if we're lined right, we're going to hit them. And, it's a contest of, if we're hitting the quarterback, will he step in and throws it in the game? And if we're hitting the receivers, will they want to go across the middle again or whatever? So, I mean, that's kind of defensive football. That's our mentality. And this guy right here is bought into it about as good as anybody I've ever had. And he will absolutely knock your head off quarterback floats one.
Well, and I want to talk about your personality a little bit. We had you on the show for the Columbia game. You were our player of the game. But you're just a little quirky, right?
What is that?
Like, you're unique. Like part of the thing when we're going to have you on the show is we don't know what you're going to say. We've had players before that we've kind of had the bleep button ready. We're not that way.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't know if you're going to answer in Greek or maybe, break out into song. Anything could happen. So how has the defense, who I know the defensive coaches, they're not super quirky people. How have they embraced your quirkiness and channeled it into this hard-hitting guy, consistent playmaker that we've got?
Well, I guess the quirkiness you're talking about. I mean, they don't really, they're not quirky as you said, but I kind of embraced it on them. I was like, either you're going to like my quirkiness or you're going to love my quirkiness. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, I don't know. I just made them, I don't know. I try to always have a good time, whether it's practice, team meal, or game. I try to always just make sure that, I'm having fun. People around me having fun. It's always better when people have fun.
Tell me, Coach.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Exactly.
We actually do have some pretty quirky little deep bits in touch with staff. But I think, come down to the personalities and all that kind of stuff. If you're a great teammate and you do things right and you're here every day, no matter who you are, no matter how good a player you are, no better player you are, that locker room in there is gonna take you in, and you're one of us. So obviously this guy does all that. So his quirkiness is fine.
Well, like, okay, part of the reason I'm putting this statistic in here, or whatever you want to call it, like on the senior survey, we asked all the seniors who is going to be the first to go if we have a zombie apocalypse, and then who is going to survive if you put them on a desert island, right? He kind of led the answers in both. Like, they think half the team thinks you're a goner, right? Half the team thinks he's just crazy enough to make it work.
Yeah.
So that to me says you kind of got a unique personality. You haven't fit into one box or another. So I think that's pretty cool. Like to highlight it. If it was something bad, I wouldn't talk about it on the show. All right. Let's talk about your unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That has been a talk in my class. Please state for the record what you said and how you got the call.
What happened was they ran a screen. I fit the alley. I hit the guy. I hit him decent. I hit him pretty hard. And I'm not a big chatterbox on the field as I am off the field, but I looked at him and I was like, I know that hurt. And I said it once or twice. And I didn't even say it like towards the sideline, not intended towards him. I just was like, I know that hurt. Well, honestly, because it hurt me a little bit. But I said that, and the ref, I look over and the ref looks at me and just throws the flag. And I mean, out of everything you can say on a football field, bad word, cuss word, when you say, I know that hurt, I mean, it's kind of annoying when that's what you get called a flag for, when you know there's people out there saying far worse stuff than that. So,
Okay.
definitely.
Well, I just want to clear the air, let you have your moment.
A little aggravated.
Well, when I heard it was you, I was in disbelief. Yeah. Because you are a hard hitter, but I've always known you to be like a clean, like your mouth is not going to be what gets you in trouble. So,
The lesson there is,
Awesome. Oh, you told me too. Don't worry. First thing I said was I came off the sideline. They called timeout like later in the drive. I ran straight to Coach Newton and I'm like, you know what to do that. You know what to do that. And he goes, I know, but you just can't talk. Just shh. You said it to me. He said, shh. Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's good coaching. Like maybe why he's in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty good.
I'm sure that's how exactly I said.
Oh, yeah. I mean, kind of.
He was paraphrasing. Oh, that's good. See, that just shows he's taking instruction well. So there you go. All right. Well, a couple more questions. You experienced senior night. You know that we're playing a bunch of one-game seasons. You know, you kind of got that anxiety. Is this the last time I get to play? But it's also, hey, I've got a chance to do something really special. What are you telling the guys on the team? Because this is when senior leadership is going to really matter, is these next few weeks.
This one. Well, what we're telling everyone is that it's whoever wants to be there. It's whoever wants to show up to the field, play, and keep playing for as long as because we, in my opinion, we can play as long as we want to. If we want to play till December 3rd or 2nd, wherever that state championship is, we will play till December 2nd or 3rd. But it just depends on who wants to play, who wants to be there, who's going to show up. So that's what we're telling everyone. And because we know it, we know we can make it there. We just have to show up and play.
Awesome. All right, one more. Who's the funniest person you work with around here? Doesn't even have to be a teammate.
Funniest person I work with around here.
We're getting all happy now.
Funniest person?
Me is Jerry Polks.
He is
Far and away.
Oh yeah, he is a little goober. I think. We
should have taken
probably like Blaine's real funny. Shad's real funny. Carson's real funny. All those guys are real funny. Buntain's funny. J-Dog, when he gets on that phone, J-Dog likes to call some people. A bunch of funny people.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Looking to remodel your home bathroom? Call Express Bath today.
They were good people to work with. I had no trouble with them.
We always take care of everybody, no matter how big and small.
The team at Express Bath, we do what we say we're going to do.
The highlight was seeing a new shower in a 60-year-old house. It was a great experience.
We're a real company, we're real people, and we love serving real customers.
Call us to schedule an appointment today. Express Bath. We'll bring the duck.
Alabama owned and Alabama loved.
Okay, we're here and we're glad you're back, Coach. You got out of the Muscle Shoals week. You picked a better week to be on the show. But got our co-offensive coordinator here, Coach Matt Prater. And Matt, I'm not going to lie, I was on the sideline Friday with our old college roommate. We had cross leaders. I got to give him a shout out. But I didn't think it looked great. And then I get the offensive stats back from Coach Lane, and we're 8% on the 12% rule. Carter Lee had his best completion percentage of the season so far. So we were averaging over 6 yards a rush. What can you say about our offensive performance?
Well, I think, the scoreboard didn't kind of show up the way the game was going. And what they did defensively, too, when they stayed 2 high safeties and just get us on the ground when we caught it or when we were running the ball. So, holding those runs to 6 yards, 7 yards, except for the long run Jaheim had. Safety missed a tackle. That's what happens. But, they did a good job of making us snap it over and over and over. And we moved the ball. We just, some of the drives we didn't finish the way we wanted to. Got a 4th down stop where we, had an incompletion. and then kicked the field goal the first drive. So there were some things that should have been points there that we just didn't finish. But as far as I felt the same way, everybody I think was frustrated Friday night, players included. And then you flip on the film and you watch it, and then you get the stats, and you're like, well, it wasn't as bad as we thought. It just didn't get the point total we thought.
Gotcha. Buckhorn, let's talk about them. They're not the same team we faced in the past. They're 7-3. They often have big guys. So I saw our guys after the Muscle Shoals game. They played a hard-hitting football team, and they played Jasper the week before. How are we holding up? How are you guys going to keep them healthy while going through the progressions of the playoffs?
Well, I mean, when you get to this time of year, you don't have to do as many of the what you would call grueling things at practice. I mean, you still have certain drills that you have to do. I mean, you can't get away from that. But we kind of pull back a little bit. Don't do as many things that are, as far as offense, that are full speed. Do a few, as far as in the box, I mean, you're still going to have to block. I mean, it is what it is. But we try to pull it back a little bit, not do as much because, by now they know what's coming. They've seen about everything that you can see. It's just making sure that they're right on the little details of it.
Well, and like you said, they've seen it all. We've done it all. As far as practice, and it's kind of getting routine. Last year we had our Coach Prater t-shirts, kind of mixed things up. We all bought in for that. Y'all got anything planned? Revenge can be sweet.
Yeah, I'm not that creative.
We got to get gumbo shirts.
Yeah, no.
Gumbo the Beagle. Okay. Third and fourth down conversions were 7 of 9. Really impressive. How did we do that? What did we mix up? Was it because we were more effective against what they gave us? We didn't have that against Muscle Shoals.
Well, now some of that's the team.
You're playing.
Yeah, the makeup's a little different.
I have questions.
I know the makeup's a little bit different. But it boils down to executing. I thought, especially on third and fourth downs, we executed well. We had the one in the second quarter on the fourth down that we didn't convert that stopped the drive there. But other than that, I mean, we were really efficient, both running and passing. We did a good job of keeping a lot of those at short yardage, where Muscle Shoals we did get in some that were longer, especially in the later parts of the game in the fourth quarter. So, defensively, the long yardage, that favors them. When we're in short yardage where we can run and throw it, then you got to play both. Then we usually do pretty well.
Well, you led me right into my next question. And I thought I was going to be talking to Will today, so this is a Will question. Is it time to open up the whole playbook, or y'all playing a long game?
Believe me, we're trying to open up as much as we can week to week. And some of it, last Friday night, Ethan Haynes got injured early. And so anytime we're subbing people that are not in the normal routine, that may take away some things that we may have planned during the week. And two, Friday night, just using it as an example, I mean, the field was wet. So some of the things that kind of goes with the rhythm of the game that we feel like, yes, we have these things in that we feel like we can execute them. If we can't, then we probably won't, call them. But believe me, it's all there. There's a lot of things that we take into every game, and in games we're gonna need it. We're gonna run them.
Well, whenever I ask him about it, I can just see his eyes light up. So I know he loves to wheel and deal and throw in new things. Let's talk about our player of the game. We had co-players of the game, but for offense, it was Carter Lee. Let's talk about his leadership and just how he's always around me. I've always seen him. I've had him in class for a couple of years. Even keel, same guy every day.
Yes.
Is that what we get on the football field?
It is. I'll be honest with you. Use him as an example. This past Friday, when I say everybody was frustrated, I think he might be the only one that wasn't or didn't appear. He did a really good job of keeping it all inside, from the linemen to the backs to the receivers to the coaches. Some of the penalties and things, and it's just everybody was frustrated because we felt like that the score should have been different than it was and how we were playing. And he did a really good job just staying even keel, and that's why it shows up on the stat sheet. I think he was 80% completion rate.
Yeah.
All that is he's doing those things because of him staying even, not letting that stuff bother him, you know.
Well, I almost cracked up when you were talking because I thought about the stat sheet, and I love when I get a copy of it, there will be notations about the penalties. And one of the penalties we got was you had a receiver line up incorrectly, and the official told you that that was not his job. He said, in the quote is literally his job. Just tell him.
We're going to try to check on and make sure that we're on the line, and you're supposed to give a signal to the official, and he's supposed to help you align, so you're correct. And he didn't, and then he threw the flag. And we're like, the kid was asking, you know, for help, and that's what you're supposed to do. And he was like, no, it's not my job. So, you know, it is what it is, but you just kind of have to go with it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. One more question off the hook. We had senior night. Talk about your seniors. You got a few on offense that are pretty special. Tell us about their leadership. This is your time to shout out to them.
You know, this senior group has been really good. They've been fun to be around. They come to work every day, and it's all of them. And you know, they compete. That's one thing I think we were talking to the whole group Friday before the game, and I think Will said it best. He said, you know, I have never had to worry about a single game we played, no matter who, that we weren't going to show up and play as hard as we could and be as, you know, physical as we can in the game and as locked in as we can as far as what we're doing and things like that. And that's, you know, a testament to them because, you know, for us offensively, we need to do everything right on every play for success. And that's across the board. It's all 11 guys. And for those seniors to lead us that way, that means it's a special group.
Well, they are. They definitely are. Thank you for your time. We'll be right back.
Marmac Commercial is the leader in North Alabama for all your real estate needs, from buildings to land to even leasing. Mark and myself have years of experience handling all the different types of commercial deals. While we focus mainly on commercial real estate, the agents at Marmac Commercial even handle all your housing and residential needs with their partner and staff lead by Morgan Jones. I am Shane Odom, and we would like to thank you for your past and future business with Marmac Commercial Real Estate.
Okay, we're back with Coach Newton here, and we're going to talk about defense really quick. Another game, another shutout, another team with less than 200 yards of offense. How does this defense continue to get better each week?
I think the work that the coaches are putting in, you know, Coach Miller and Coach Bray and Coach Folks and obviously Coach Cole, keep making these guys better and getting hungrier, and their attention to detail and film is unbelievable. And the way that they keep them coming back for practice and making it matter and not just going through the motions and fundamentals and our circuits. I think all that stuff pays off.
The only success Mortimer Jordan really even had was kind of in the pass game, if you want to call it that. What can we do to strengthen our pass defense when we know that more proficient offenses are on the horizon if we advance through the playoffs?
I think we're doing a good job of it. You know, one of their big plays, the cornerback just slipped and fell down, and we recovered from that. You know, I think we're fine there. You know, if you play a good quarterback like Mortimer Jordan had, and like Buckhorn's going to have, they're going to get some now. But you got to keep it in front of you and make them snap it again. That's the biggest thing. Nothing behind you. And then obviously, you know, I'm a big believer in pass rush and getting after them and seeing if they'll step in the throws at the end of the game.
Well, and to remember at home, my job is to find questions to ask you and to get answers. So we always hear coaches talk about film study. So what have you guys found in the defensive film study that you've gotten smarter about, that y'all have grown with through the year? Like, what were you not doing as well at Austin that now you really don't have to highlight on because it's taken care of now?
I don't know. We played pretty good at Austin. I think what happens in high school football is when you're really good early, the teams that keep playing and winning catch up, like just through the attrition of the season, and if you can stay healthy and all that. So, I think our attention to detail will be huge going forward. As the weeks go on, it's going to get tougher and tougher and tougher, and we got to be razor. I mean, there's no room for error with us. Like, we've got to be perfect, but we got the guys to do it. We got the coaches to do it. So, I mean, I think that, you know, doing everything right, and then obviously we're going to play hard no matter what. And then finishing plays by tackling and running the football. And if the guys better than us, if we're about to start playing some guys that are better than us, as far as the skill guys we are trying to tackle, you know, hold on, run your feet, roll your hips, help's coming.
Awesome. One more thing, Chris Hudson, player of the game. You were in the interview,
Right.
but I want to give you a chance to say something when he's not sitting beside you. Tell me about Chris, what it's like coaching him and watching him play, and how good he did on Friday. Why was he picked Thursday night?
Well, he blocked the field goal. All right. He had 2 massive hits when they went over the middle that really made the receivers say, you know what, I'm not sure if I want to be here anymore. And then I think he had like 4 or 5 tackles and always plays very on special teams and team leader and the whole 9 yards. I mean, he's just a great kid, fun to be around. Love that guy. We'll miss him dearly when he's gone.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Go Tigers.
We really do have the coldest bed out there. It has fans in it. I sleep on it every night.
I want to sleep like I'm at a 5-star resort.
Many of you know that my chiropractor stands behind me. This bed is the reason why.
So restlessness at 0% and play away?